Hello beautiful people! In today's video I'm going to be doing another 2 looks with 1 palette using the ABH Norvina collection. This palette is really super pretty. I love the shimmers in it. And yeah, without further ado, let's get right into the first look. Alright, hopefully I'm zoomed in enough. I'm going to start out with the shade D4. And I think I might mix a little bit of A1 with that as well. Trying to get like not too dark of a purple crease. And my eyes are a little puffy today. My allergies are acting up and it's not fun. I tried to use my little roller ball, but anyways. Excuse me. Already eating makeup. Stop it. Alright, so taking this color and tapping it into my crease. I'm going to basically use almost the same technique as I always use with this look, which is blown out crease and then a lid color. I want to keep it simple, but I wanted to get another couple looks out with this palette before I move on and start playing with other palettes again. I've basically been only using this one lately, and sometimes, you know, I get sick of doing the same color every single day, so. Alright, so the thing with this palette is the darker shades do not come at you like pow, like the other volumes did. These ones are much more toned down. As you can see, they take a little bit more to build up, which is good for those who want to have a more subtle look. However, it's taking me, I'm going into the shade D5, which is the shade right next to it. I'm going to take that shade because it's slightly darker, and I'm just going to start working that into the lower part of the crease here, and I'm also using a slightly more dense brush just to help with the color intensity. Anyways. Okay, taking the fluffy brush, and I'm going to go into the white color, and I'm just going to take that on the outer edge just to help blend everything together. And then going back with that smaller brush, I'm going to go into D4 and D5 mixed, tapping off my brush and just going into the crease with that again. Alright, taking a little bit of the shade, I'm going to mix B3 and B2 on a slightly less fluffy brush. And I'm going to take that on the inner corner right here. Alright, that's it for the crease for now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take, do I use glitter glue? I'm going to take a little bit of the shade C2, which is that silver color. It's a silver with a little bit of a lavender reflect, even though you can't really tell straight on. In the pan it looks kind of, when you look at it on an angle, it looks kind of like a darker lavender shade. Anyways, I'm taking this and I'm applying this in the crease. Sorry, on the lid with my finger. Okay, bud? I have Sebastian on my knee here today. So far he's being good. And then over top I'm going to go in with the shade A3. This lighter purple shade here. And I'm going to take that directly over top to give more of a purple effect. I don't like using straight up silver on my lids, it's just not a preferred look on my face. But it is a beautiful color and I did want to use it, so I thought I'd mix 2 different colors together. Okay, so going back in to, let's go in to the shade B3, that's a lavender color again. And I'm going to take that in the crease to help blend the shimmers in with the purple there. And as you can see, I went in pretty heavy with these 2 colors and they still are, I mean, in my opinion, more toned down. This is not a crazy intense purple smoky eye. Going back into shade D5 a little bit more and just bringing that out again. It's pretty easy, I'm going to say wearable palette, even though I hate that word, because anything's wearable if you want to wear it. Alright, going back into A3 just one more time, just tapping a little more of that onto the lid and blending it up a little bit into the crease. Okay, and then that is going to be it for the eyelid. For the inner corner, I'm going to take my dual fiber brush and I'm going to go into, okay, I'm going to go into the shade A2. And the dual fiber brush is just going to give a lighter wash of color, not going to be so intense. I just want to blend the inner corner here. And this looks perfect with the look. Okay, for the lower lash line, I'm just taking this pencil from NARS in Hollywoodland. It's just a gold, and I'm only doing that again to make things stick better. For the lower lash line, I'm going to start with the shade E2, which is this one here, and then I'm going to go in with the inner corner, so that's going to go on the outer edge of the lower lash line, and then A3 is going to go on the first part here. And if you are recreating this look at home and you want to go in with the same color that was in the crease, you can definitely do that. I'm just one that likes to switch it up a little bit, and I feel like the lower lash line is the funnest place to play. I was going to go do a different color, but I decided to stick with this palette once again, and then I'll start incorporating other looks with it. Just this is like a heavily purple palette, and I don't always want to do, you know, all around purple, like upper and lower. You know how I like to contrast and use different shades together. Okay, and then for the very, very inner corner, I'm going to take, let's take the shade, you know what, let's be different, and let's go into E1. So that leans a pink on the pinker side with a little bit of gold, and it would work nicely. And on the inner corner, I'm taking E1, and then I'm going to top it with a bit of B1, that super sparkly yellow, white, gold shade. Okay, and that is it for the lower lash line. These colors are so soft and they blend out so nicely. Like, I feel like this palette is not intimidating if you're afraid to play with purples or color. This is a great palette to start with. Alright, for eyeliner, hey, I just went in with the shade E5, which is the darkest color in the palette. And I used that with a really tiny brush to stamp along my upper lash line. I'm going to go ahead and apply mascara and show you guys the final look. One last thing I wanted to do before I added mascara, I did add nude to the lower waterline, just this nude pencil from Anastasia. I'm going to add this beautiful D2, the glitter. I've been waiting to play with that, and I thought today would be a great day to do that. So I'm just going to take some and I'm just going to tap it on the eyelid, just to add some extra glitz and glam, because glitter is awesome. I don't know, everyone likes pressed glitter. I personally love it. I mean, if it's in the palette, it's amazing. You can add it so easily. This one is pressed really nicely. It doesn't have fallout when you put it on your eyelid. At least I didn't get any this time or the last time I used it. But yeah, now it's time for mascara, and I'll show you the final look. Okay, and this is with mascara on. I will zoom in so you can get a closer look at it. Alright, there it is. I like the way the look turned out. Whenever I first start playing, sometimes with a palette, it doesn't really look like it's coming together until the very end, and this came together at the very end. I feel like I like the way everything plays together. Anyways, I'm going to stop rambling and stop looking in that mirror. We're going to move on to the second look. Okay, so going in for a second look in this video, I'm going to go ahead and do like more of like a neutral eye look. So I'm going to start with the shade E4, and then I'm going to take the shade A4 and then E4 on top of it. I'm trying to go for something like natural glam, daytime glam. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I was going to do color today, but I decided I really wanted to play with more of like the neutrals in this palette, because I'm not that experienced with blending shades of like brown and stuff like that together. So I thought maybe this palette would be a great way to, I mean, there's only like not very many neutral shades in this palette. Anyways. Okay, so got that shade A4 in the crease. Just blending it out a little bit more. Bringing it into the inner corner a little bit and out towards the outer edge again. A little more. Alright, that looks like a nice blend there. Hopefully I'm zoomed in enough. Okay, so with E4, I think I'm going to do the same brush. That's that camely desert brownie color. And I thought the shade that this created when layering was really interesting. I really am all for like really unique crease shades. Like I don't like the typical just like brown or straight up pink. I love in between shades like mauves and I guess for me, if it's going to be a neutral look, it has to have a bit of a twist to it. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Okay, so I'm liking the way that looks. I might just take a smaller crease brush, the ABH one, with the same E4 shade. I'm just going to bring it a little more into the inner corner here and the outer edge, tapping off the excess. Alright, I'm liking the way that looks. These shadows blend out so nicely. It's beautiful. Okay. Alright, I might build that up more after, but I'm going to take the shade, what did I have written down here? C4 on the lid. So you can go in with like, this one looked pretty, D1 would look pretty. I'm going to go in with the shade C4 because I think that would look spectacular with this. I mean, E1 would look nice too. Maybe we'll take that on the inner corner. So I'll take C4. And I'm just going to apply that on the lid with no glitter glue to start with. See, that's so pretty. These shimmers in this palette, man. Like, man. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of glitter glue just because I want just a tad more impact. Okay, glitter glue's on, going in with that shade again with my finger, and I'm just tapping it over top just to add a little bit more impact. And I'm just taking out a little bit into the crease here. Okay, oh, beautiful. I am loving the way that looks. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of E1, which is that color right there, and I'm just going to tilt my head and I'm just going to take it on the innermost corner here. I just want to see if that makes any kind of difference. Yeah, I like the way that looks. Just the gold undertone in this just blends in so nicely with the neutral shades and then the different pink tones. Now I'm getting texture on my inner corner because I layered too many shadows there. I'm wondering what D1, sorry Sebastian, would look like on the outer corner to connect them. What I'm going to do first though is I'm going to go in with the shade E4 again. Having a hard time there, buddy? These allergies are acting up. And then A4 on the outer corner. You okay there, dude? Alright, I'm going to take the shade D1 on my finger. And I'm just going to tap a little bit to the inner corner just to see what that brings to the look. And then go back in with E4 on the center. Alright, that's lovely. I'm loving the way that looks. It's very soft, yet adds impact. I just wish the E4 shade would be just a little bit darker. So I'm going to go in with a even smaller stiff brush. And I'm just going to pack a little more on the outer edge here. Alright. Okay, that is it for the lid. I'm going to go do my brow bone, which is going to be MAC Brûlée again, or Urban Decay Strange. I'm going to apply do the other eye and come back and finish up the lower lash line. Okay, for the lower lash line, I'm going to zoom you in just a smidge. And then I'm going to apply my Essence pencil on my lower lash line first. Let me just make sure I'm in frame. I need to look for a new one of these because I feel like this is drying out. But, okay, so for the two shades I'm going to take in on the lower lash line, I'm going to take the shade A4, which is right here, and the shade E4, and I'm going to apply that on the outer edge. It's a little lighter than I thought. Maybe take a bit of B4. Alright, that's fine. Okay, so for the inner corner part, I'm going to take the shade, the same one we used on the lid, the main one that we used on the lid, C4, and by we I mean me. If you're following along, then we. Sometimes I don't like YouTube lingo. We are not doing this unless you're following along with me, then we are. But the chances of that happening, you never know. Anyways, I'm rambling. Okay, so I wanted a little more depth on the outer corner, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a tighter packed pencil brush, and I'm going to go back, but I'm going to go in the shade E5 because it's slightly darker than the shade A4. So I'm taking this one here, and I'm going to take that on a, like I said, a tightly packed pencil brush, and then I'm going to go over top of it with E4 again. Okay. That's a little better. Alright, for the inner corner, I'm going to go in with the shade B1, which is that super pretty sparkly white shade with gold sparkles to it. And I'm going to take that on the inner corner and blend it into the upper and lower lid. Inner corner area. Okay. I'm just going to apply Nude to the waterline, nothing crazy fancy today. I will finish up with mascara and be right back. Alright, so this is the final look. I like the way it turned out. It's beautiful, it's neutral, and it gives me a little bit of glam that I'm looking for when I'm doing a neutral look. For lips, I just use, where to go? Marc Jacobs in Moonglow, just something light, simple, easy. I will zoom in on the eyes. Don't mind the mascara, my mascara is drying out, so it's a little more clumpy than usual. But yeah, there is the eyes there. Or the eye. I find this palette is super easy to work with, and yeah, it's very user-friendly. Okay, so that is it for my second video, 2 looks with 1 palette. I will be using this in conjunction with other palettes in the future. I don't think I'll be doing any more dedicated looks with this. Maybe I say that and I could change my mind, so who knows. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and you guys will see me in my next video. Bye!